Hi, are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, what you will be learning in this particular class is going to be a complete practical decision making activities. Okay, practical decision making activities along with concepts. Okay, so you should be, after completion of the class, you should be able to implement your own SCCM. You should be able to design your application deployment plans. You should be able to design your patch deployment plans, and you should be able to start doing imaging activity as well. Okay, so these are the things that you will be learning. The class duration will be for about close to 20 to 22 hours, and it's going to be a 100% practical. I'm not going to run any PPTs and bore you. I'm going to share my practical experiences during implementation. I'm going to tell you what are the best practices that can be done and what not to be done. Because in YouTube, if you see, they'll tell you what to do, how to do, but they'll not tell you what not to do and what are the best practices that are there that you have to follow. Okay. After every class is done, I will share the recording so that you can practice in your lab. Okay. Now, when it comes to lab, how will the lab be? Lab will be in a complete Azure cloud. Okay. Now, if you want Azure cloud, you will ask me, there is some cost involved. Yes, obviously there is some cost involved, but Microsoft gives free $200 credit. Okay, per credit card. So we can use this option. Okay, or you can buy the Microsoft voucher from the institute. Okay, they will give you the Microsoft voucher. You can buy it from them at some additional cost, and you can use that. If at all, if you already used up your credit card, you're not able to get one credit card. So what we will do, we will be building your SCCM infrastructure, okay, from scratch. That means whatever I show you, you can also do it in your own lab, okay, after the class is over, once the recording is shared. So we will be building 4 machines. So first, what do we need for any particular on-premise environment? We will first build a domain. Next, we'll build a SQL. After that, we'll build the SCCM. Then we'll do the client. So all production-based scenarios. Okay, I'll try to cover the production-based scenarios so that you are able to replicate the same things in your environment. Perfect. Okay, now how will the lab be? So I have already taken my one of my last classes lab. I'll show you. Okay, I will not be able to switch on the machines though because it is quite expired, but you will at least have an idea how it looks. This is the last class that had been taken. Are you guys able to see my screen? Yes.
Yes.
um, yeah, so we'll be having about 4 machines that we have here. Okay, instead of client there's secondary side because after the last class I talk about secondary side and teach that. Okay, this particular class was done using the pass, but anyhow you can even do the same thing even using your credit card. So each one of you can have your own lab, and since we have good compute power, we will be able to mimic many in production scenarios as well. And when it comes to SCCM is very, 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 very easy. No coding knowledge is required, no scripting knowledge is required. All that you need to understand is how does a specific activity happen step by step. So basically, when an application deployment happens, what is the best practice? Where does it start? What kind of troubleshooting you have to do if something goes wrong, and where to do that troubleshooting. So all these details will be shared in the class. So once you have an entire workflow, once you know the path, how it is going from A to B and B to C and C to D, when something goes wrong, you will easily be able to identify where the issue is. Okay, so we will be looking at, for each task we will be looking at the workflows. Okay, and I'll also tell you, okay, where you have to concentrate more. If you say, if you already know application deployment, you're trying to move into the infrastructure side of SCCM, or you're trying to learn patch management of SCCM, so at that point in time I'll tell you where you have to concentrate more. So once you are able to, channelize your effort in the right way, so that you can become a complete end-to-end SCCM architect. So if you are able to learn SCCM in the way which I tell you, then I believe you will be a very good SCCM architect in the market. Okay. Any questions, guys? Abdul, Ashreyaz, any questions? Ramesh, you have any questions or any specifications that you need me to be adding in the class?
And no, actually, yeah.
Tell me, Abdul.
Yeah, so actually, the kind of infrastructure, actually, what I'm seeing now is more of like this MECM is been automized using an orchestrator, Microsoft
You're
Orchestrator.
using which orchestrator, HPO or System Center Orchestrator?
Yeah, Microsoft Orchestrator.
Okay, okay, okay.
So,
See, but
so
but
that,
if you do that, you will not be able to learn anything. I mean, yeah, in your friend. But what happens is, after the class, you'll be able to understand what is that orchestrator is doing.
okay,
So see, in orchestrator, what happens? So you'll be start building blocks and connecting to each say from Active Directory to ServiceNow to your SCCM. So when a particular action starts or particular ticket comes in, the orchestrator will kick in based on the kind of the description. It will start giving the solution for it. Okay, it will start solution based on the automation that you have already kept.
okay. So,
Okay.
what my understanding was that if somebody understands MECM well, only then he would be able to use the orchestrator to automate
Exactly,
it.
exactly. So you should know how the workflows happen within SCCM, so that even when you want to build your orchestrator, you can build on your own. So you want to do a client remediation automatically, there is a ticket coming in, then what are the steps that will happen? Okay, so for that you have to basically learn the internals of SCCM, which anyhow we are going to do in our class. Okay, my course curriculum is basically on the field production, whatever activities that we do for most of the projects, that will be covered. I don't want to waste time on the things which you will be seeing once a year. Okay, I want to waste the time. I want you to basically utilize your time on day-to-day problems, the workflows, so that you should be able to give an instant solutions within your projects with little bit of practice. Okay, and also the terms that we use. Okay, and how to basically search for the terms, and how to basically, because there's a lot of big community, right, for SCCM. So how to make use of that community as well, I will tell you.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yes. And also I will be always be reachable to you guys even after the class is over. Okay, it does not mean once the class is over we are done. We'll always be reachable. So even during your after class training also, you can always reach out to me. Now, how does our class work?
Hi,
So what
this is
happens?
Ramesh here.
Yeah, Ramesh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Sorry
Ramesh.
to interrupt. Actually, I have already completed with my SCCM training 2 months back, but I'm expecting, like while deploying applications or patch management, we are looking for real-time scenarios. I mean, when we are trying to attend the interviews, we are able to
Ramesh, if
to
you attended the training already, For you, there is
Hmm.
something called as interview support training that we take. You will have to attend that, not the regular class. Okay,
Okay.
that interview support training will be really intense, where you will be given a lot of tasks to be done, production based scenarios will be given, and you have to complete those tasks and come back and validate with the trainer. Okay, that is done on the
Oh,
weekends or weekdays based on the trainer's requirement, but that will not be done on the regular class. Regular class will go on a curriculum on the production based scenarios. It is not an interview training. Okay, understand. So there's a
okay.
difference between the way you approach, because interview will be really intense. You are trying to
Hmm.
showcase yourself as a 5 years experience or a 4 years experience, then you have to be up to the mark by learning that level of concepts. Okay, even the
Exactly.
concepts is covered, you should gain the confidence to tell those concepts. The interview training is completely different from here, so you will have to join that, and Lara guys can help you with that.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah,
Sir.
thanks. Yeah. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Uh, hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go
Sir, are
ahead,
you
tell me.
audible?
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I am new to IT field, sir. I am from non-IT, but today I am going to listen the SCCM video, sir. First demo session. That's why I am calling to you.
Yes. So, yes, for those of you from non-IT to IT, so if in case you don't have any kind of coding knowledge or anything, so SCCM is a completely console-based tool. Okay, completely 100% console-based tool. You need not worry about knowing anything before, but you should have a basic knowledge of how an operating system work. Okay, that anyhow you can upskill yourself that one. SCCM, what SCCM does, it does application deployment, it does patch management, it does image management, then you can do infra management. So for those of you from non-IT, let me give you a small example of kind of a jobs that you will be doing, okay, when it comes to SCCM. Let me share the details with you. So there are, you guys able to see the screen? I'm sorry guys, 1 second, this is some other. Yeah, so what are the kind of jobs that you will be looking into? Okay, so there are four different roles that come to SCCM. Four roles are present. So what is this? First is software distribution. You will be vetted for these roles only. In the interview, you will be vetted for these roles only. Next, patch management. Next, image management. Next, infra management. So from lot of interviews, what I am doing, right? So I would be normally looking for this particular software distribution knowledge from 2 to 3 years, guys. Anybody with 2 to 3 years experience, I expect them to have a good software distribution knowledge. So basically deploying applications. When it comes to patch management, it's the same, 2 to 3 years. Okay. When it comes to image management, we normally hire people with at least 3 to 5 years. Okay, 3 to 5 years. And for infra management, it is 5 and above. Now, what is the salary packages? Okay, based on your experience, with 3 years experience, it will start from 8 lakhs to 13 lakhs. Same way, 8 lakhs to 13 lakhs. It's a realistic amount I'm telling guys. Okay, not imaginary. This is the current market that's going on. For image management, it is at least 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs. This is And for infra management, it is 12 lakhs to 20 lakhs. This is the current market that is going. If you're able to clear the interview, you can demand based on your experience, you can demand this much. Okay, now what we will be covering is we'll be covering all of this in our class and their workflows. Okay, so once you're able to practice and manage, learn SCCM and clear all your doubts from me, you should be able to do this. Those of you need additional help, you can join, okay, interview support program after class. That this is an additional paid up program. What will happen is you will be given individual assistance till you get job. Okay, till you get job, how to basically answer the interview questions, what kind of questions will be asked when a specific question is asked, how to do, how to tell about yourself, how to make sure that you are a good candidate for that particular job role. All those things will be trained only for SCCM. Okay, so this should help you to even get a job as well. So this is how we proceed. So this is from the time you get the training till the time you get the job. But this is an additional pay. Okay, it will not come under part of your course. In part of your course, I'll be just telling you a little bit about whatever these things has to be done. But this is additional pay till you get the job. Okay, any questions you have, guys, on how the class will be conducted? So what will happen is there will be one WhatsApp group that will be created after the enrollment done. So all the notes, class join links, all of the information that you need to study, okay, and practice will be shared in that WhatsApp group. Okay, you can download everything, all the information and everything from there, and you can keep it. And all the videos will also be shared within the WhatsApp group. You can download from those links, and you can communicate to me within that WhatsApp group. Yes, go ahead. You have any question, Vishnu?
Sir, you will be teach the four roles as a software distribution, tax management, image management, interest management.
So those are all basic stuff, man. All of those things will be taught. Okay, so
You
don't
will be
worry
teach,
about
you will be teach,
technology. Come again?
you will be teach for us, sir.
Yes, all of it will be taught.
Okay, sir. We need to, if you're saying that interview support program, we need to pay additionally to the
Yes,
Lara.
interview support is a different thing. That is for people who are trying to get the job. They'll come. This is not for people who already have the job. Okay, so that does not mean I don't cover interview questions. I will be covering interview questions within our classes as well. For each topic, whatever interview questions come, I'll be covering those as well. Okay, this is for people who do not know how to crack, who wants a very in-depth knowledge of how to crack the interview. It will be the same concepts, but interview training will be a little bit different. Okay, yes.
Sir,
And
the
that will be
daily
taken
1 hour
individually.
session of sir, 30 days or how many days the session do, sir?
This SCCM course will be for 22 hours. Within a month, will complete.
Okay, okay.
Okay, yes.
It's weekend or weekdays batch.
Weekdays, morning 7 a.m.
Okay. So better to additional pay. You can give me some document in the meanwhile so that we can practice, right? So if we could not crack the interview, then we will approach. There is no harm, right?
I didn't get you. What?
Better to give the interview support. So
Mhm.
the end of the day, we are coming for
So first
additional.
question I ask before you take the interview support: have you taken the training? That's a prerequisite. Not from me, from anybody else.
No, not
Okay,
it.
it does not matter. It should be from me. It could be like now somebody Ramesh he has already taken the training. So for him it's of no use, but he's not able to crack the interview because of that training, right? So what we'll do is we'll see the gaps about what mistakes. See, normally people will not be able to crack the interview. It is not because they don't know the technology. It is because they don't know how to answer rightly. So when I go and take an interview, let me tell you my experience in the interview. When I take an interview, somebody will come and say, I know how to, they only know the terms, okay? I know how to install distribution point, management point, I know. They'll start with that kind of a high level stuff. And we clearly know that this guy does not know anything. Why? Because we don't ask questions about how do you install distribution point. Okay. But when they tell about themselves, they tell completely wrong. So immediately interviewer come to know this guy is not genuine. This guy does not know what technology. That's how the things will start. You should not oversell yourself, you should not undersell yourself. How to sell your technology or your knowledge rightly is what we basically teach. It's not that they don't know the concepts. They should know the concepts, but how to portray the concept for what job role, what job description, those things we tell. Okay, that is what about interview training is about. It's not. I'm not going to sit there and teach you the concepts.
Okay.
You will already be knowing the concepts, but you're not able to clear the interview. That's the reason the prerequisite is to have the training. So normally
Yeah,
people,
that.
what happen is my students don't come to my interview training because I'll be covering all of those. People who have taken mostly other trainers, they don't know how to crack. That time if they already taken the training, I'll tell them, since you already know the concepts, you try this. Because most of the things whichever I do in the interview training, I'll be covering in my class.
Okay. Okay. How much cost for
What is
additional pay?
Go ahead.
How much cost for additional pay apart from the SCCM?
Those things and all, institute will tell you. I will not be handling any money from you guys. It's completely institute. They'll pay me, and they will be telling you all the details. Okay. Yes. Yes, Shriyas, you had any question?
No, no, I'm good, sir.
yeah, any idea about training fee for this course?
I believe if not told, they will tell you. They will tell you the training fees and everything. Because I don't
Just
know how much
approx.
they charge. Even I don't know how much they charge. Okay. I get a fixed payment, so I'm happy with whatever they give me. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm asking about. I mean, approximately how much they are going to
I
charge.
don't know. I seriously don't. I'm not liberty to discuss that as well. But they will tell you. It should be something reasonable. They'll definitely tell you all this. So you should approach the from the number where you got the link, okay, or the email. They will give you all the details. Any
Okay,
technical things that you need, you have to ask me. Any knowledge-based thing, you have to ask me.
and this, are you from Hyderabad based only?
I'm not based of Hyderabad. I'm based out of Bangalore. Okay,
Okay,
and yeah. Anything else? Abdul, Shriyaz, Ramesh, Vishnu. Any other questions you guys have? Mohammed, any questions that you want me to
No,
answer?
How many years of experience you have, sir?
I have 11 years of experience,
In SCCM, sir?
and I've been teaching SCCM from 7 years. Yeah. And also, guys, there are some detailed videos of mine that is available in the Lara Online Training website. Basically, their YouTube channel. You can also see those, and also there are a lot of blogs that we have written there about SCCM. You can also check that out within the Lara Online Training website. Okay, you'll get a lot of information about SCCM that I have written there for them, so you can use that as well. Okay, so there are after training also there will be a lot of materials that will be shared with you, which will be helping in your interviews as well. Okay, any other questions, guys? Anything, even if it is anything related to any other end user computing technologies also, you can ask me. I can answer that for you.
Okay, what is different between Workspace 1 and SCCM?
So when it comes to VMware Workspace, okay, there's not much difference, okay, but there's a costing difference, okay. First is the pricing, and when it comes to global leader, SCCM is a particular global leader. VMware Workspace one is trying to being catched up because Dell is also trying to promote very well with their hardware products as well. That is one thing. Now, hardly out of say if there are about 10 projects, okay, there will be only one VMware Workspace, one project. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, from what I heard last is Dell is transitioning from uh, SCCM to VMware Workspace, which is a new project that they have started. That is one thing. Okay, and also you can manage mobile device management, whereas in for SCCM you have different product that's called Intune, so you can use mobile device management using Intune.
Mhm.
But I have not worked on VMware Workspace one as such, other than the solutioning of it. Uh, but in the ground level, I have not done that because I started my career with SCCM in 2007, long time ago.
Okay, okay, okay. So instead of giving this only this technology only you're going to teach, so you can give some basic knowledge while giving the demo session, so that
Yeah,
we
but
will.
actually, what happened was I normally open up my complete lab, and I do. I took a break of 40 days from my previous class to
So
this class.
Mhm.
I took a 40 days break, so I don't have a lab as such now for an ongoing class. Normally, I'll always be having an ongoing class, uh, but I took a break after about 11 to 12 months. I needed a 40 days break for my personal thing, so I don't have a lab as of now. That is why I'm just showing you how the class will be. There are so many recordings of mine in YouTube, which will be shared with you guys. I'll tell them to share with you of the same demo classes where I've shown things practically. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so normally what happens is I normally switch on all the labs. Okay. Let me show you how it works. Normally I switch on all the labs and I'll open all the machines and show you what is there and things like that. But I did try. It seems to have the subscription has been expired for this. Okay, since it took about 40 days for the subscription has expired. That's the reason. Okay, but I'll ask them to share the the demo videos that I've done in the past for you guys to just have a better decision making. Okay. Yes. Any other questions you guys have? Shriyaz, Abdul, Vishnu, Ramesh, Mohammed.
Sir,
Any other
hello,
questions you guys have?
hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, tell me.
Sir, basically, I'm a non-IT sir. Then how can I survey in the IT field, sir? If I learn the SCCM, I don't know anything basic
It's
support
up to
how
you,
to
Vishnu.
how we.
It's up to you how you're going to take it. Okay, but I would say a lot of non-IT guys are trying to shift into IT through SCCM and few other trainings that are available in the market, which is pretty hot. So you should be able to clear the interview. That's the only thing they will see. Okay, even though companies know that you have not worked, but you're able to clear the interview, they normally take for junior positions. It's not be a problem. A lot of my students who have come from help desk into SCCM and all, I've transitioned a lot of people uh, from non-IT IT. If you are in US, in US they don't even look at your background. So I've transitioned a beautician into an SCCM person. I've transitioned a chef into a SCCM person. So it can be done. It's not a problem. It's all that how much interest you have, how much efforts you can put to learn this. Okay, how much better you can use me. Okay, it's about how you can use me to understand the technology. So it's all up to you. Okay, I'll do my best to help. Whatever knowledge I have, I'll share all of it.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys? Any other questions?
Uh, for software distribution, actually how much of the package management and the scripting
If
which
you
is
know
around the
packaging,
packaging.
if you know packaging, software distribution is very, very, very simple. If you don't know packaging, if you're able to handle with silent switches, it's better. Most of the companies have packaging team, so they will give you the package. You have to just deploy it. Okay. If you don't know packaging, if you think your major part of your work is configuring the packages, then you can take up my packaging class as well, which I do on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays. You can take up that class as well. Okay.
Okay.
But from what I see is it depends on what job role you are and what kind of a requirement that you have. Most of the time what happen is sometimes they'll tell you for an SCCM guy, can you do packaging? Or
Yes.
they'll be pushed into packaging, or a packager they'll be pushed into SCCM. It's a interoperable job roles currently.
Okay.
When I started, SCCM was different, packaging team was different, but now it's all interoperable. Company wants to cut down their costs on the human resource, right? They're giving you more pay, and they're asking you to do multitask. That's it.
Okay.
But yes, if you
So
know packaging, that's a very good combination to survive.
yes. So yeah, I would be interested in knowing about the packaging course as well.
Okay. Yes. Then what you can do is you can also connect with the same Lara guys also. Okay, they can
Okay.
help you with the packaging as well. It could be me or any other trainer, but it should help you to get this thing up and going.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I think they do, for almost all the end user computing solutions, these guys are they're helping. Okay, for if you want to learn Intune, you want to learn packaging, you want to learn anything else, it's fine. Um, okay, but SCCM is the class that if you do not know SCCM end to end, and if you're about 15 years of experience, that as you said, uh, it is something that you cannot miss having that knowledge, because every enterprise, at least more than lakh companies today are using SCCM, from what I'm aware of. So anywhere, even if you become an a head of a complete say or server management head or some DevOps head, whatever you become, somewhere SCCM will come and touch your life. That much of confidence I have when it comes to infra management. So basically, even if you see most of the job descriptions will have at least SCCM in that, along with Active Directory.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So there is a
Any
feature in
others?
SCCM, sir.
Yes, Vishnu, tell me.
There is a feature in SCCM, sir. To work, we have to after learning the system, we have to learn some other language to survey in the company.
No
There
language is
is a feature.
required. No language is required. See, how it works in IT is there is a primary skill set, secondary skill set, tertiary skill set. You should determine what is your primary skill set. After that, yes, to complement to your primary skill set, you should learn secondary and tertiary. Now, if you ask, so my first technology which I learned was application packaging. I did it for about 1.5 years and I got bored of it. So I said, okay, what shall I learn more? That time SCCM 2007 was there. So I learned SCCM 2007. In SCCM 2007, I still got bored. Okay, what shall I do? Okay, they said you can do imaging. So I learned MDT. Okay, now I got bored of it. Also, what can I do? I want to automate many things. I learned PowerShell. Okay, now I got bored of it. What can I do? Okay, like this. See, after 1 or 2 years, you once you master anything, you have to go ahead and learn. Then I learned Azure. Now a lot of projects are happening on Intune, so I learned Intune. So in my almost a decade long career, I would have learned and mastered about at least 4 to 5 technologies easily. So the learning will never stop. But if you ask me today what is my primary skill set, I would say SCCM, because most of my career I've spent it on SCCM. Close to 4 to 5 years, I've worked in a lot of SCCM implementation projects, traveled the world to implement many projects. So it depends on my primary skill set is SCCM as of now. Okay, so this is how things will change. So yes, when it comes to learning technology, it will not stop. You have to keep learning. Okay. But now what's happening now? Now AVDs are coming up, Azure Virtual Desktops are coming up. Along with SCCM, you should also implement Azure Virtual Desktops. How will SCCM work with Azure Virtual Desktops? Okay, will it work or not? A lot of integrations will happen. So you should know how they work. So, but to start with, you should learn one technology, master it, then you have to go to the next one. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. If it's all okay, then I can close the class. Yeah. And I'll also ask them to share all the details within the email and also in the WhatsApp group, so that you guys can take a informed decision. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.